Humorously Speaking Manual. Speech number 3, make them laugh. Its time is 6 to 8 minutes. And its objectives are to prepare a speech that opens and closes with humorous stories, includes jokes in the speech body to illustrate points or maintain the audience interest, and deliver jokes and stories smoothly and effectively. Donald Booth, Jesus Maria. Donald Booth.
How many here speak Czechoslovakian? Show that. All right. For those of you that don't, I'm going to give you a couple of words. Repeat after me, please. Ježiš.
Ježiš.
Maria.
Maria.
Ježiš Maria.
Ježiš Maria.
You speak Czech. That's all you need to know. I grew up, my mother spoke Czechoslovakian. I'm not sure why. But the only phrase I ever picked up was Ježiš Maria. And it's a way of saying Jesus Maria, or in any particular instance that you're not happy. And I created a lot of those instances, my mom. And she would say it mostly two different ways, like, Jesus Maria, which meant, I can't believe he's this dumb. Or, Jesus Maria, like, it's not my fault that he's in the world. But I never picked up any other language, any other words. And so when it came time to go to high school, I met with my guidance counselor, and he said, well, you got to take a language. And out of nowhere, he said, you know, engineers, if you're going to be an engineer, you probably want to take German. And in my 14-year-old brain, I'm thinking, a train engineer needs to speak German? All aboard! But instead of that, you go, Alle Einsteiger! And then I'm starting to think, well, that's a language that sounds really angry. And at 14, I had this inkling that I had anger issues. And if I took German, then I'd probably be the first step on a slippery slope of a life of mayhem and maybe some particular instances of attempted arson. So I said, how about Spanish? Yes, Maria. I take Spanish because I watched the Cisco Kid and I watched Zorro. It can't be that hard. Sitting in the back of the room, and I'm thinking about Zorro, that he's the guy that wore all the black cape, the black hat, the black mask, in Mexico, where it's hot. I'm thinking that guy must have really smelled. But the neat thing about Zorro was, of course, I put myself in his position. I'd rescue the maiden in distress and deliver her to her parents. And then when the father said, "K.S., who are you?" And I would take my sword and cut a Z into this front door. Of course, I never had a guy go, "What did you just do to my door?" But in this case, I cut the Z, and he looks at it and he says, "Who are you?" And I said, "Look at that." And he says, "A 2? You're a 2?" He said, "No, it's a Z." So that's a 2, senor. Yes, Maria. So then I decided I'm going to take Italian. And this is 15 years ago, and I'm still sitting in the back of the room making up stupid phrases, goofing around. But Italian, the reason I took it, it's like, for me, the romantic language, really the essence of romance. I'll give you an example. Stefanina. Pronto. Stefanina. Lasciate ogni speranza. Voi chi?
Works every time.
That phrase was written by the great Italian poet Dante Alighieri. And it means, give up hope, all ye who enter here. It works. And so I'm sitting in the back of the Italian class putting together nonsensical phrases because I can't put all the words together. And I really never prepared myself for the trip to Italy that we took the next year. And here I am at the Termini station, about to make reservations with a ticket man that sells tickets. And I realized the only thing I know how to say is, io sono Donaldo, io sono il dottore di amore. I am Donald, the doctor of love. So I start to stumble and try to say, vorrei, biglietti, due. And the guy goes, let me stop you right there. So why don't we save ourselves both a little time here and speak in English. So my next foray into language was Samoan. Now Samoan is a language that has absolutely no relationship at all to English, to Germanic languages, nothing. There's not a word that's the same. And I'm in this language class with another guy who made me feel good because he was worse than I was at learning the language. And one of the sounds that Samoans make is a glottal stop, a GN sound. That's not, we don't say that. We don't use that sound. And the word that we were trying to learn was mutu, which means mouth. And I finally got out mutu, and our language instructor, Nellie, gave me the thumbs up, and I kind of wiped the sweat off my forehead. And a guy from eastern Oklahoma, it was his turn. And the only thing he could get out was Nimti. Nimti. And the more that Nellie tried to get him to say that, the more everybody was falling down laughing. Nimtu. Nimtu. Don't take small. They say hello this way. When we allow no wonder they never get anything done. They say these long phrases before they even get started. Yes, yes. So the last thing I took was French. And I'm currently taking French through a series of downloaded MP3 files. And I go to sleep at night, and all I'm thinking of is écoutez et répondez et répétez over and over and over. After a year and a half, I basically know écoutez, répétez, and the dreaded répondez. So I'm standing in a hotel, get to the front desk, and I have to ask for a room with a shower. There's a line of people behind me, not a lot of time, and a guy's copped an attitude already. And I say, parlez anglais? Parlez anglais? And he stares at me. So I say, okay, je voudrais une chambre avec shower. Qu'est-ce que c'est chambre, monsieur? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, from the ceiling, shower. Je ne sais pas. People are starting to push and get angry in the back, showing the worst side of their French culture. And I finally give in and I say, je voudrais une chambre avec douche. Avec douche! Everybody starts laughing. He said douche! He said douche! I wake up. I wake up in a cold sweat. Where's your schmadia?